Well, hello everybody. This is a DJI Mini 3 Pro flight right after a rain. Here we go if we can get out of these clouds. In fact, I think I'm already up in the air. So when I get out of these clouds, we'll find out. Let's see. I am up in the air. What do you know? Well, we're just now taking off right after a rain. You can see how hazy the sky looks. And we're going to head north this time. And this time we're going to take a little bit different route. We're flying the Mini 3 Pro, 4K 30 frames a second. I'm not using any ND filters today. I don't see any need to. Nice overcast day. Just finished raining not too long before that. Been raining on and off all night, but the roads dried out, so and they weren't supposed to get any more rain during the day, so I thought I'd take her up for a flight, but you can see the amount of moisture in the air is still tremendous. It was very, very humid morning. It was about, I want to say 10 o'clock, somewhere in there, and it was already in the 80s, and humidities were just off the charts. In fact, I'm looking right now. It's come down a little bit. Humidity is about 75% now, so high enough. So we're going to fly a normal route I take. You can see to the left up the top of the screen. I fly over that housing complex. We're going to go a little bit to the east of that this time. And there's a lot more trees, so I can tell you right now we're not going to get the range that I usually get by any stretch of imagination. But I wanted to see this little section of woods. Now you can see there's how some of the poorer people in town live. Things are rough all over, that's for sure. Anyway, we're going to fly up here a little ways, and we're going to head to the east a little ways and look around over some woods over there that I've been interested in seeing, flying over the top of. Like I said, the amount of trees and stuff in the way just limited this flight tremendously, so she will actually, not too far past this road, I'm going to start going to the right a little bit to the east, and there she goes. She actually does, Thelma Lou actually does go into RTH, and I lose signal completely. And it's because I turned a little bit to the right, and boy, she don't like that. The antenna placement in that drone is piss poor, in my opinion, compared to like the Mavic 3 and Air 2S. So I wanted to look at this little chunk of woods up here with this clear cut in it. So this high line. So I'm going to fly over the high line, then get out over in these woods, and then that's where I'll lose signal as I start to make a right-hand turn and veer to the right. I would have been all right if I'd have kept going straight with her butt end at me, Thelma Lou's butt pointing at me, but I decided I'd veer to the right because I wanted to see something to the right. And that's when the signal started dropping out, and you'll see it when it comes back, switches into return to home. Actually, I hate it because when that happens, I lose signal for anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds, and I mean I have no stick control either. Then it went in color and locked up. The video locked up, and I was waiting for a return to home, and then I lost contact with the aircraft completely, and then my signal went from color frozen screen to black and white frozen screen. Then I started getting a little worried because the beeping noise that I usually hear stopped beeping. The return to home stopped beeping. And I lost all signal and didn't have any color video. Lost video signal, but the signal that I did have, the picture that I did have, went to black and white. And it's right here. See, I'll start turning, following this path around here. And it won't be long now. Just a few more seconds and she's going to go crazy on me. She's flying to the side. I mean, she has very, very poor side signal. So I'm trying to get turned around and saying, well, you know what? Oh, there she goes. Boom. There she goes. She went into RTH just like that. Now she don't know where she's at. Now she's out of RTH, I think. Or maybe she got back in there. I don't remember right offhand. I've got the screen recording, which I'll look at later and find out. But I know she went into RTH and then just started coming back and not near the signal quality that I usually get. I think I've got returned a signal right now. I think no, I don't. It's in RTH now. It's beating its way back. I thought I had the signal back there, but you'll see when I do. Okay, I stopped. I think I may have just acquired signal again. And you'll know if I do because I go to the left. You'll see the drone start. There it is. Okay. See, when you're in return to home, you can't do that at all. You can't yaw at all. So I've turned back around because there was something up there I wanted to see. Right up there. I wanted to fly over all those cedars, but I'm not going to make it. I'm going to lose signal again. So I think I'm going to have to get a little closer to her to where I want to fly in order to get that. So now I'm headed back. I've got the quad facing me. And that was almost a mistake. I probably should have flown backwards to me. The Mini 3 has a better signal when flying away from you than it does coming towards you or side to side. But I've got control back, and I'm going to beat it back. Take the long way around here once I get up over this road here, I think. That's a shame that the Mini 3, you can't turn the Mini 3 when it's in RTH to look at what you want to look at as you return home because there's a lot of neat stuff. I see this clear cut here and I said, nah, I know where I'm at now. So we'll just come back where this clear cut. I see this water, looks like part of a water company or something, storage facility or something here on the left. And it interests me. It looked like it was almost made out of wood, but I think it's just rusted metal. I said, I'm going to fly over that thing, take a look at that. And I have in one of my other videos, but not from this direction. Never have approached it from this direction before. So we're going to come back this way, just for the heck of it. Do not see anybody at the facility. It looks pretty neat. I like stuff like that. Look at the shape of that. Isn't that great? I mean, it's round, but just the pattern on the top of that. The sun's apparently done that. How neat is that? That's the kind of stuff that interests me, guys, when I'm flying overhead, just looking at different designs. And like I said, the trails in the wood, the way the trees are laid out, patches like over here on the right, look at all those cedars there. You have clumps of cedars, then you have right-of-ways cut through there, or power line right-of-ways, or natural gas right-of-ways is what I think this one is I'm coming up on here. I'm going to fly over the top of this. Get my bearings. I can see myself now. So I know exactly where I'm sitting right there. So we're just going to fly over these ponds, or up towards these ponds a little bit. Like I said, a short flight. As you can see, the moisture in the air is just tremendous. It almost felt, the Thelma Lou, she almost felt damp when I got her back down to the ground. So, but I had plenty of battery left, so I took off for another little short flight after this, just bring the battery down a little bit before I charged it. If you guys don't have the extended battery or the plus battery for the Mini 3 Pro, I'd get it. It's probably the best purchase I made as far as things for the Mini 3. I mean, it's expensive. Don't get me wrong. It's very expensive. But the extra flight time you get over the standard battery is just, jeez. I think it's worth every penny. But that's just me. Anyway, I went back over this High Line again because I wanted to look at that group of cedars there again. And I see a natural track through the woods, not natural clearing. It was probably man-made at one time, but it's overgrown there. Now we're back on a natural gas right-of-way pipeline. I believe it is, and it comes up to the corner of this field. And I see where I'm sitting, so we're headed back home here. You see the moisture hanging in the air just at the top? Jeez, what a humid day. But boy, the last few times I've flown just in between raindrops. You know, look at the radar, you don't see anything but maybe a spot here or there. Check before you fly. I've been flying in some really, really windy conditions, 20, 25 mile an hour winds with the Mini 3 Pro, just to see how she'll handle, and she handles great. This one, I've been caught in the rain 2 or 3 times. You know, I don't fly in the rain on purpose. I just got caught in showers, and she's come through that all right and everything. So now we're getting ready to come back, and I can see my little landing pad right there. So we'll start bringing her down here, I think. Get a view on where I'm at. I told you this wouldn't be a very long flight, just to take Thelma Lou out and let her stretch her legs, so to speak, stretch her wings, get a little air in her face. So here we are. We'll look around a little bit before we land. Bringing her back home. She flew real good. Like I said, the only problem that I had was when she went in RTH. I mean, she lost signal, went into RTH, and then she just stayed there for a minute. You know, I didn't get any beeping. The beeping started, but then it stopped again, and then she just went, the screen went from color to black and white, and I had nothing. I mean, no forward stick, no nothing, no control. And it must have stayed like that for a good 20, 30 seconds. And then she came back on, and I managed to bring her back home. But those kind of times like that are a little bit scary, you know, when you're that far away. When I wasn't really very far, but sure wouldn't want to lost her in a situation like that. It's one thing if I lose her doing something that I'm doing, but for a malfunction or a glitch in the software or communications, now don't want to do that. Anyway, I'm getting ready to land her back. Stay safe, guys, whatever you do. Fly safe if you fly, drive safe if you drive. Try to follow the golden rule. It's still probably the best thing around to treat others like you want to be treated. Take care. We'll see you again soon.